Hi, tonight's story is The Beloved, The Kissing Hand. I read this week to my first graders. It's a great story about going back to school by Audrey Penn. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mother. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you?" Oh, poor Chester. He's crying. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first. But you will love school once you start." "You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home." That's funny. She said, "Your nights at school." Don't we usually go to school during the day? I wonder what that means. Probably because raccoons are nocturnal. That means they sleep during the day and they're up at night. So that makes sense. They go to school at night. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" "I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Look, there's his mask. That's where she kissed his hand. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." Oh, that's so sweet. Wonder where those animals are going. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry when you open your hand and wash your food. I promise the kiss will stick." Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. Look, he keeps looking at his hand. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he told her. Is that his school? That tree? That would be pretty fun to go to school in a tree. Aw, what's Chester going to do now? Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. See the fireflies? "Now you have a kissing hand too," he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away. Where are all those animals heading? Looks like they're going to school. Oh, I bet his mommy was really happy. Look, what is she doing? That is the American Sign Language word for I love you. Not words. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb and enter school, and as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. Oh, she misses her son. And there are all the animals at school. Why is the owl in the center here? Who is he? Is he the teacher? They always say owls are so wise. The end. I love you. Can you make that symbol for I love you? I hope you enjoyed this book. I love it, especially when my students are going back to school and my own kids. Always remember The Kissing Hand by Audrey Penn.